Government corruption has never been more prevalent or caused more harm. It's why extremism is on the rise. It's why the financial gap between the haves and have-nots has never been wider. And it's why our planet is at risk of an extinction level tragedy. That's why I need your help to keep exposing the truth about the rot on both sides of the aisle. Become a supporter or a friend of the show today by clicking on the coffee link in the description box below. Friends of the show join me on a Zoom hangout once a month, and you guys can ask me any questions you want, and I can get to know you better. But the most important reason to help is to keep the show alive. Together, we can and will save our country and our planet. Thanks in advance and enjoy the show. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the show. So I read through the redacted affidavit for the search of Donald Trump's country club and home. It is highly redacted as we expected, but here's the highlights and here's what was left unredacted. This first thing, in my opinion, was one of the most important passages in the affidavit. This was towards the end of the document, and it was included with the facts regarding why the judge allowed the government to redact so much of the document. It stated in part, quote, "The court cited its prior finding of probable cause that a statute prohibiting obstruction of justice has been violated." So the judge saw evidence that either Trump or someone else already tried to obstruct justice in this case. And that was one of the reasons that the judge agreed to the redactions. And they confirm in this affidavit that the National Archives, which is also referred to as NARA, began making requests for records to be returned on May 6th of last year, 2021. And they continued to request the return of the documents until late December of last year. The DOJ also said that the matter was referred to them by NARA on February 9th of this year, after NARA had retrieved 15 boxes of, quote, highly classified documents intermingled with other records. And that they said that some of the documents had, quote, classification markings, which appear to contain national defense information. And, quote, "There is probable cause to believe that additional documents that contain classified NDI," that's the national defense information, "or the presidential records subject to record retention requirements currently remain at the premises. There is also probable cause to believe that evidence of obstruction will be found at the premises." And then the affidavit also notes that on February 18th of this year, Trump's Save America PAC issued this bogus statement to their followers. In it, they wrote in part, quote, "The National Archives did not find anything," and they put "find" in quotation marks. And then it falsely goes on to say, quote, "They were given upon request presidential records in an ordinary and routine process to ensure the preservation of my legacy and in accordance with the Presidential Records Act." I mean, first of all, he clearly didn't write that, but yeah, it's such bullshit. The DOJ also revealed that they reviewed the contents of the 15 boxes in mid-May of this year, and they found a total of 184 documents containing classified markings. Of that 184, 67 were marked confidential, 92 were marked as secret, and 25 were marked as top secret. The documents also contain markings including HCS, FISA, ORCON, which is spelled ORCON, NOFORN, which is NOFORN, and SI. So they explained what those markings meant. And this also explains why Trump is in so much trouble, because HSC means, quote, "an SCI control system designed to protect intelligence information derived from clandestine human sources, commonly referred to as human intelligence. The HCS control systems protects human intelligence-derived information and information relating to human intelligence activities, capabilities, techniques, processes, and procedures." So at the beginning of that, you heard me say SCI. That's secret compartmentalized information the most highly classified information that we have from human sources. Okay. The next one is FISA, which we're all familiar with. That's information collected under the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. ORCON was described as classified information that can only be disseminated to unauthorized people if that person or that entity that collected the data has pre-approved of its release. So whoever originally collected that data has to say, yes, we approve of this person or this group or this entity reviewing it. A NOFORN, NOFORN classification stands for not releasable to foreign nationals / governments / US citizens. So again, no foreign documents may not be released to anyone, not even US citizens, without the express pre-approval by the person who originated that information. And then SI stands for special intelligence. So the DOJ stated that the classification markings means that the data must be protected because it was, quote, derived from the monitoring of foreign communication signals by other than the intended recipients. The SI control system protects SI-derived information and information relating to SI activities, capabilities, techniques, processes, and procedures. So by taking and having this information just lying about in an unsecured location, Trump put human lives at risk. Human sources who are literally risking their lives to provide this intelligence to us in the US. And he put at risk our intelligence methods and our ability to defend and protect our country from foreign enemies. And this is defense information in some of these documents. I mean, yeah, we knew this, or we at least suspected, right, from everything that's been reported. But here it is. It's just laid out in black and white. And the affidavit also contains a copy of a letter that was sent to Trump's attorney on June 8th, which basically says, we know you had classified information in an unsecured location, and we want you to secure that room. And we ask that, quote, all of the boxes that were moved from the White House to Mar-a-Lago, along with any other items in that room, be preserved in that room in their current condition until further notice. So I don't know if the video of the boxes that were being moved to and from that room were after they received this letter. If so, they're toast in that regard. And along with the affidavit, the DOJ submitted exhibits, including a letter that was sent to the lead investigator by Trump's attorney, Evan Corcoran. In it, Corcoran states in part, quote, it is important to emphasize that when a request was made for the documents by the National Archives and Records Administration, President Trump readily and voluntarily agreed to their transfer to NARA. The communications regarding the transfer of boxes to NARA were friendly, open, and straightforward. Really? They started requesting these documents in May of 2021 and didn't get the first of the boxes until January of this year. And he's claiming that Trump readily and voluntarily agreed to their transfer. And then we know now that they got another 24 or more boxes. So he didn't give up everything. And the first transfer took almost a full year. Yeah. Okay. These people are beyond full of shit. They're overflowing. This is as clear as day. This man belongs in prison. When I hear more, I will let you know. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.